what we have here is most of my winter garden. I mean, the farm is going to be full of winter crops this season. This is going to be one of our biggest years yet for winter crops. I think I might have told you that myself and the farmer here have sort of emerged as sort of experts, I suppose, specialists in winter cropping in our bioregion, because for complicated reasons very few people doing it. Anyways, this is my sort of specialty area, and I have about I don't know, 15 varieties of Brussels sprouts, and then I've got maybe, I don't know, 20 varieties of cabbage, and I think maybe 13 of cauliflower here. And taking a look now, you can't, you grow one plant of one variety, it's not going to tell you much about it. Certainly if it fails, it's not going to tell you much about it. So there's a limit to basically what you can achieve in a small space, but it's still going to give me a chance to have a look at stuff, and maybe do a little bit of selection and breeding work in here too. I don't think I've spoken to you a little bit about seed work. I'll just touch on it very briefly, go a little geeky on you here. The nature of our food crops is that most of them have been, the vast majority of our food crops are genetically created. I'm not talking about GMOs or the transgenics, but they're genetically created as what we call hybrids. And these hybrids basically, essentially, genetically self-destruct at the end of each season you're growing them. So if you save the seed and you replant it, you don't get the plant you put in the ground. And basically, the fundamental impulse behind the creation of hybrids is that it allows companies to place essentially a lock, a biological lock into their balance sheet. Basically means that competitors can't take seeds from a cauliflower like this and grow it out and have the same cauliflower and then sell it themselves. But what that does is very profound in terms of what it means for the way we can steward and evolve, co-steward and co-evolve with our food crops, which are basically the foundations of our culture. And I'm glossing over a bunch of stuff here, but
I'll be back a little bit.
all right. But the avant-garde food crop stewardship movement, of which I'm a part. I mean, I'm a total neophyte, but I sort of hang with the avant-garde. The avant-garde food crop stewardship movement, basically what we're doing is we're bringing a new set of values to breeding approaches and to stewardship approaches for the crops that we're looking after. And where things get quite interesting is that there's a burgeoning awareness that how we steward our food crops, literally the cultural approaches we bring to stewarding these plants, affects the behavior of our culture as a whole. And indeed that we're not going to be able to remake our world, our culture, along lines that are attuned to nature, that is inherently sustainable, for example, unless we address this fundamental dissonance in our food crops. And so you might think, if we were going to use computer terms, what we're basically doing is hacking these food crops. Is we're basically taking them out of a sort of a proprietary, we own this and you can't have it, and we're stopping it from evolving mode, and we're freeing these crops into the public domain. And not only into the public domain, we're freeing them, in a sense, back into the arms of nature and back into a co-evolutionary relationship with, a cultural co-evolutionary relationship with nature. Lots of long words, high concepts, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. But the fundamentals are very, very sound. And one of the reasons this movement of which I'm a part is so exciting is that the people involved in it, as you might expect, they're very, very, very remarkable souls, and it gives me an opportunity to hang with just some amazing people who are doing this sort of thing.